Don't wanna let you know you're so hypnotic, magical. Don't wanna let you know you're so hypnotic, magical.
Let me show you something.
Welcome to Bellow Field for a NESCAC matchup between the second place Tufts Jumbos and the last place Colby Mules. I'm Ariel Weinstein, and alongside me is Cougar Hansen on today's broadcast. This isn't a game that's in the bag for Tufts, however. All of Colby's conference games have been decided by small margins, and they've handily won all of their non-conference games. So what do you expect from today's game, Cougar?
I think we're going to see a strong performance from the Jumbos today. You have one of the best defenses in the NESCAC this year, and you've been pretty solid on offense as well. We're going to see some great scoring, hopefully, against what is likely probably the worst defense in the NESCAC in Colby. However, I'm not going to count Colby out today. They have the third most goals in the NESCAC this year. So I'm hoping we have a very high-scoring affair today, a lot of back-and-forth tension. I'm very excited.
As the teams walk out for the anthem here, we're looking to get started in just a few minutes.
Had a very rainy day on Bellow Field today.
Luckily, we are playing on turf, so hopefully the rain won't be too much of a factor in terms of having footing on the field, but it definitely will play a factor in throw-ins and just general.
Absolutely. It can get a little slick on there, which is good if you're trying to have someone like the Jumbos who are trying to have a quicker passing attack, try and spread the ball out wide, trying to cross the ball into the box, hopefully cause some chaos in there, and take advantage of a younger defense on Colby's part.
All right, I'm going to switch now.
So in terms of today's game, one of the things that I'm looking at for Tufts is quick passing play and trying to look to spread the ball out wide. Generally, a lot of their goals have come in crossing situations, whether that's through headers, through players like Claire Wilkinson or Duncan, or just putting the ball low in the box and trying to put a shot on goal. The Jumbos haven't necessarily had the strongest offense this year. They're around mid-table or halfway through the NESCAC in terms of their offense abilities, but they've been very strong defensively. They've only 3 goals allowed so far this season, which is second in the NESCAC. However, they have had an almost even shot ratio in terms of what they've been able to shoot and what they've given up. So this generally means 2 things. You can either have great goalkeeper play, which you have because you only have 3 goals given up, or you prevent high-quality shots. So we're looking to see this strong Jumbos defense today really try and lock down and prevent any high-quality opportunities for Colby. For Colby, you're basically trying to do the opposite of the Jumbos. You're trying to take the chances that you get. They've had multiple games where they've scored either 8, 5, or 3 goals this season. And even their losses, there was only 1 that was more than 2 goals. And although they've lost to 4 of their NESCAC opponents, they dominated their 3 non-NESCAC games. So we're hoping to see them bring a little bit of that fire that they brought early in the season through players like DeGrande, Liebman, and Quinn, who have several goals this season.
Yeah, we're looking to see some good goalkeeping by Tufts today. Following up on some of their games, we have Haley Bernstein starting in goal, but she generally splits time with her fellow goalie, Kaylin Logue, and Logue leads the NetScac in save percentage with an over 900 save percentage, so that's definitely a contributing factor to a lot of these jumbo victories as they stand at an overall record of 5-1-1 and second place in the NESCAC.
That's very impressive. Obviously, the other NESCAC games are obviously in the background of this one. But for the Jumbos, you're looking to make a statement here. You're trying to tell the rest of the NESCAC that you're here, that you're ranked number 6 nationally in their coaches poll, and that's not necessarily a weak ranking, that you're here to play, and you can dominate any team in the NESCAC today.
Definitely.
One thing we've seen so far this season is Tufts has come out relatively slow in a lot of their games. Almost every single one of their goals so far has been in that second half. So if you're Colby, you're looking to score early, you're trying to set the momentum in your direction, try to prevent the Jumbos from getting any strong attacks in this first half.
Okay, I'm going to cut to midfield now.
Tufts, meanwhile, is generally trying to start a little stronger on attack. Again, they've been a little weaker so far in this first half, but that's something that the players have noted in their post-game interviews, that they want to start stronger in this first half, really take advantage of the full 90 minutes.
And as Fisher touches the ball to Sophie DeGrande, Colby gets the ball rolling. The long ball towards the left side, taken down by Silvera, but Salifu gets around there, and now we have Barrett bouncing around here towards the left side of the field. Salifu collects, but taken away by Silvera. Tries to play it to Wilkinson. She collects the ball, and Tufts will set up their offense.
Yeah, Wilkinson having a great season so far. In their last match versus MIT, Wilkinson had both a goal and an assist, and really has been a contributor as a senior this year.
Here we have Erin Duncan on the ball. She scored in their last game. She's got 5 goals on the season, excuse me. Definitely a big part of this offense for the Jumbos.
Absolutely. She's one of the leaders in the NESCAC in terms of goals scored so far, and we're really looking to see her contribute.
Here she is down the left side, looking to get a cross in. Cromwell able to clear away for a Jumbo's throw.
Yeah, for the Jumbos, you are looking to see a 4-3-3 type formation where they have 3 attackers who are trying to threaten that leaky Colby defense.
Summers takes the ball down, looks to get it. Oh, and she gets it back, plays it towards the top of the box, but touched away by Colby. Ball bouncing in the 18. Cromwell able to clear it out towards the right side. And we have Joseph down the right side, but O'Neill able to recover and pass it to Duke. And Tufts will look to switch the field here. Here's freshman Segru, the center back. And Casey Lamb, the junior, dribbling through the middle of the field. Too big of a touch, though, and it's cleared out for a throw-in.
Yeah, that's tough for Lamb there, but she's been a real super sub so far this season. She hasn't necessarily started at her years at Tufts so far, but she's been playing a lot better this season and really getting involved in the attacks so far.
Wilkinson down the right side, just too big of a touch, and that'll go out for a Colby goal kick here.
Yeah, for Colby here, their coach was interviewed before the season started and said that they really wanted a possession-based attack, but still very strong, and really try and get in behind this Jumbo's defense. And I think that's something they could potentially do. Again, they've scored the 3rd most goals so far in the NESCAC. It's not like they're getting dominated in even the games they lose.
Tufts has looked to jump on these Colby passes early, though, and they've pinned them in their own half for a majority of these opening few minutes. Here we have DeGrande on the ball, and she passes it back to Fisher, who tries to play a long ball, but that's cleared away by the Tufts back line. Colby gets it back and pinballing around the midfield. Salifu on the left side. Plays as a back and a forward. Looking to get in a more forward position today. DeGrande looking to switch the field here, but it gets cleared out by O'Neill. Silvera will collect and try and play it over to O'Reilly. Erin Duncan will be called for a foul as O'Reilly was fouled trying to settle that ball.
Yeah, as we're going to see some little passing at the back here for the Jumbos. They're really comfortable in possession, and while I would say their attacking style has generally been a little more counterattacking, as we see a great ball in.
Cleared out by Cromwell there. Lamb was looking to play in Duncan on the left side. Pats now. Over to O'Neill. She gets around her defender. Erin Duncan now 2-on-1 on the left sideline and able to get away. Dribbling down the left side. Putting the ball in towards the 18, but cleared out by Watchman.
Yeah, you have a strong midfield trio here in terms of Duke being able to hold the ball up, play those longer balls down the wing for players like Duncan and Wilkinson to run onto, as well as players like Casey Lamb, who are able to bring the ball up and support your other midfielders and defenders in those build-up plays.
Yeah, we're looking to see Grace Duke sitting a little bit lower than those other two midfielders. It looks like she's playing more of a defensive midfield position rather than Lamb and O'Reilly, who are looking to get a little bit higher on the pitch. So Colby throw down the left sideline. Salifu dribbling into the middle of the field. She takes a big touch, and Segru is able to clear it out, but only as far. And now Pats will clear towards Cromwell. Cromwell will play towards Fisher. And Tufts able to clear their lines. Lamb now on the ball. Plays it to Summers. Tries to give it back to her, but it was cut out by Fisher. Wilkinson with some nice hold-up play, but Johnson able to clear it.
Yeah,
Tufts will reset.
That's well done by Johnson when you know that the ball's trying to get flicked over you. Well done to keep it in front of her and be able to keep it for the Mules today.
But Colby throw on this near sideline here.
And you could kind of marginally zoom further in
And just kicks way high up. Bounces over O'Neill. Trying to settle here. And O'Reilly will settle and look to play in Duncan, but that ball looks to be just a little bit too hard for Duncan to run onto.
Yeah, I think she thought Duncan was going to go into that corner, but ultimately didn't have the space of field to be able to have that actually be run onto. Unfortunate for the Jumbos there.
McMaster will line up to take this goal kick here.
Yeah, McMaster has been having a rough season. Unfortunately, so far, letting in the most goals in the NESCAC is not necessarily a knock on her as opposed to the whole defense.
Here we have Wilkinson on the right side, looking to cut into the middle, touch just too big and able to be cleared out by the Colby back line. Fisher on the ball, looking to play Barrett down the left side, but Silvera will collect and play it back to Bernstein, who will look to switch the field. Oh, she will play it in the middle to Grace Duke. A little bit risky there. You never really want to play it out from the back to the middle there, but they're able to get it out wide to Pats. And now O'Neill on the left sideline.
I think sometimes a lot of these goalkeepers just go for their first read, which you can't exactly fault them. You know, you're not exactly known as a goalkeeper for being comfortable with the ball at your feet. But at the same time, a lot of the goalkeepers nowadays have to have a more attacking style and really be the 11th person on offense rather than just someone in the defense.
And Colby not pressuring too high, so that ball by Bernstein, no harm, no foul. Salifu will look to turn on the far sideline. Barrett will collect and has a little bit of space, plays it across the field. Joseph looks to get on the ball down the right side, trying to put a cross in, but O'Neill recovered well and staying in front, blocked that cross and will take it out for a Colby throw.
Or it looks like it might be
A Jumbo's
throw, yeah.
Pats will try and clear up field. Just doesn't get over the head of Hankin, but Summers will collect.
Has the space if she wants it.
Looking for some support, but her pass just accidentally hit O'Reilly, but she plays Duncan in down the left sideline. Duncan back to O'Reilly.
Has space to hit one.
Yeah, no,
She curls one in towards the far post, and that's a good save by McMaster. It looked like that ball was curling in towards the far post. Out for a Jumbo's corner there.
Yeah, I think Wilkinson almost got to it on the rebound, but ultimately couldn't get there. And I think she had the space to take a shot. I'm not quite sure if it was supposed to be a shot or a cross, but that's great from McMaster to be able to defend that.
O'Neal is going to come from left back to take this corner on the far right corner of the field. That's an interesting choice.
I see it. For the in-swinger, I think it makes sense. The Jumbos have been great in the air so far this year, so let's see if they can get another one.
O'Neal's ball in towards the middle of the field. Headed down by Summers. Saved by McMaster. Lamb was looking to get on the end of that header by Summers, but McMaster was able to hold tight. McMaster will punt away. She doesn't really have too many players up the field, and Silvera's battling there with Barrett. Able to clear it to Wilkinson, but cut out by Fisher. Silvera gets it back now. DeGrande looks to play Salifu down the left side. She's just able to keep it in, and Colby has a 3-on-3 here. Barrett in the middle, dribbling. Pat's trying to defend. She gets around Pat's, but it goes out for a Jumbo's goal kick. Good defending by Pat's there to stay in front.
Yeah, great job from Pat's to be able to shield the ball out. You want to prevent the ball from going in the box, and it almost does, but ultimately that's going to be number 31.
Joseph, I believe.
Joseph, ultimately not getting in position to be able to put one in, and that's really what you need for Colby here. You can't have simple mistakes, and you need to get open in the box to be able to put one past the Jumbos today.
There's Duke on the ball in that defending midfield position. Has a lot of space. Colby not pressuring too high here. Silvera now. And back to Sugru.
Yeah, I think that's probably a deliberate strategy. For Colby, you don't necessarily have the depth that Tufts will have today in terms of quality attacking talent. And so if you're having your attackers press for the entire game, yes, you can force them to make mistakes, but you're struggling in both a busy NESCAC season and one that you want to keep your starters out for as long as possible today.
Definitely. Barrett looks to play Joseph in here. She looks to play it back, but that's going to bounce harmlessly into the hands of Bernstein, who will play it out to Duke quickly, and Duke can turn here. She's got a lot of space in the middle of the field, looking to dribble up the field. Trying to play in Aaron Duncan down this left side. The ball does get through, but it looked like Duncan didn't think it was going to get past Cromwell.
I don't think I did either.
It looked like Cromwell was going to cut it out, but it will end up going out for a Colby throw.
They were mad at us.
Joseph checking in here, plays it back to Cromwell, who will play it long. Barrett settles very, very nicely, but then passes it right. Oh, it ends up getting to Colby, actually.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of small mistakes there. I don't know if that's just the ground being a little slicker than than these teams are used to with the rain. As we see a nice overlapping run, but ultimately Wilkinson doesn't take it.
Casey Lamb gets fouled there, just tripped up after she passed the ball. The ref was looking to play advantage, but Colby got the ball, so the call will be against Colby. They'll have a free kick sort of 35 yards out.
Yeah, I think if I'm Tufts, I'm going to try and put it, I don't know, maybe around the penalty spot. Hopefully McMaster isn't able to get there in time.
O'Neal looking to take this set piece again. Probably going to look to find the head of Summers or O'Reilly, some of the bigger players in that Jumbo's front line.
Yeah, it does look like they have the height advantage to me.
O'Neal's ball in towards that penalty spot. Cleared out by Watchman. Good defense there to get the ball out of the danger zone. Silvera will take the throw in here. Has Wilkinson wide open, but doesn't take it. Lamb now settling on the right side. Silvera with a lot of space. Look to almost think about playing a ball in, but now we'll find Lamb again, who gets tripped up again on the right side by Salifu. Didn't get any of the ball there. She's got to be careful when you don't look to play the ball. Can get called for a foul. O'Neal will come over from left back again to take this set piece, and it's almost like a corner.
Yeah, not only are they in danger of something like a foul or a card, but this is a real goal-scoring opportunity for Tufts. They've been dominant in the air. Let's see what happens.
O'Neal's ball in. Falls to Summers. Falls to Segru. McMaster will get on the ball. It looked like it just got deadened by one of the Colby defenders. McMaster will look to punt away. Barrett settling. Pats will get there first, though. And Duncan and Cromwell will continue their battle on this right side of the field.
Yeah, Cromwell does well to try and get the ball there.
Even though that goes out for a Jumbo's corner, it's good for Colby because if Duncan gets that ball, she can look to turn and go down the line.
Yeah, just try your best.
O'Neal to take the throw on this near sideline.
I can cut the Daniel.
Here's Duncan versus Cromwell again. She's 2-on-1. She gets away from Cromwell.
Duncan having a great start so far. Very involved in the offense.
Wilkinson gets there first and runs over Salifu, who's down on the ground. It didn't look intentional. She was trying to play the ball, but ended up running through Salifu on the follow-through, and Salifu is down on the ground.
Yeah, Salifo's been a rising star on this Colby team. She has the second most minutes on the entire team as a first year. And even though she's listed in a defensive position, she's been really playing well in the attack and really getting all over the field in terms of her ability.
Yeah, already in the first 15 minutes, we've seen her down that far sideline, getting a lot of the balls in.
As we have a cute dog cam. Love to see the furry friends.
Good support today, actually. Despite the weather, we got a full stand for Colby and good support for the Jumbos as well. So coming all the way from Maine, that's a little bit of a trek for some of those Colby fans. But there are a lot of Colby teams here today as well. We've got Colby field hockey over on Unjon Field next to us, starting at 1 p.m. and then Colby men's soccer later today against Tufts men's soccer as well. So maybe some overlap with those fans. Salifa will get up now. It looks to be okay, brushing some turf off of her arm. I believe she'll have to come out at least for a little bit because the trainer did come out. So Tufts will have an 11-on-10 momentarily until Salifa is able to come back into the game.
Yeah, it is an alumni weekend, I believe, for this Colby soccer team. It's definitely bold to have an alumni weekend on an away game.
Yeah,
but it might make more sense in terms of getting the most alumni here to have it around the Boston area rather than up in Maine.
That's true. Silvera is looking to take the throw in on the far sideline.
And it looks like Ray Hill will come in.
Silvera will take the throw. Summers looks to settle. And it will go out for a corner for the Jumbos. O'Neal looking to take again.
Yeah, we're going to see if we end up getting something, any sort of special set plays here. The Jumbos have been tempted to play it short on some of these free kicks so far. And while I'm not seeing anything here, it'll definitely be something to look out for later in the game. As the ball comes in.
And Segru will put it into the back of the net on the rebound. It bounced down to Segru, and she was able to get it past McMaster for the opening goal here within the first 15 minutes. Jumbo's finally breaking through after a set of opportunities on set pieces. Really good ball by Caroline O'Neal there to put the ball in a good area where it bounced down to Segru, and the freshman will get on the score sheet.
Yeah, Tufts has been looking dangerous all game. They've put several balls in front of the box in dangerous areas and just done what they've done all season, put a cross in and put the ball in the back of the net.
McMaster was able to grab the ball in those previous opportunities, but that one just got away from her, and Segru was there to put the rebound into the back of the net. The center back coming all the way from the back to come up for that corner.
Yeah, ultimately, Colby needs to really clear those balls before they become a chance. Try and get the head on the ball. Don't let them bounce in the 6-yard box where something can be put in.
So Tufts will now play with a 1-goal lead here, but their strategy most likely won't change. Colby might look to press a little bit higher now as we see Sofia DeGrande trying to intercept that ball, but comes through the back of O'Reilly, and Tufts will have a free kick.
That is generally considered a foul in soccer when you come through the back of a player, unfortunately.
Segru looking to spread the ball out wide to Silvera. Down the right sideline, Summers just can't quite settle it. And DeGrande will play it out to Ray Hill just coming into the game. She's got a little bit of space and plays it back. Silvera now. And Casey Lamb will settle and look to play in Summers. Summers looking to get in that hold-up play kind of position. They're playing her the ball, and she's spreading it out wide to her wingers and some midfielders. So she's a bigger presence on that front line, and definitely a bigger presence on some of those set pieces with her height advantage.
Absolutely. And I think that's what you do for the Jumbos today. You have very strong wing play, you have strong midfield play, and you have strong defense. So you just need someone to hold up the ball and try and get all your offense to help you out.
Silvera will take the throw down that far sideline. The ref will back it up a little bit.
Yeah. Absolutely. You are seeing a higher press and just a higher midfield position from these Tufts Jumbos.
Yeah, definitely an offensive-minded strategy here. Lamb will settle here. And Fisher will put it out off of Lamb for a Colby throw.
I mean, I think if you're the Jumbos, you can afford to be offensive. I don't think it's necessarily controversial to say that Tufts was favored to win this game. Not that it's a sure game by any means.
No, definitely not. Any game in the NESCAC is always competitive. All of these teams have such strong rosters that they constantly dominate out-of-conference D3 opposition. But definitely Tufts coming in to have the stronger side today, and we've seen that so far as they've dominated possession and gotten the better opportunities on goal.
Absolutely. But if you're Colby here, one of the things that they have said as a team is they're trying to embrace that underdog mentality this season. They know that any given Saturday or Sunday that they can compete. Most of their games have been relatively close, and you only need 1 or 2 lucky chances to be able to beat the Jumbos today.
Definitely. Rahil looking to get down that far sideline, but Silvera standing strong.
Yeah, Rahill's been pretty decent so far this season. Hasn't necessarily put one in the net so far, but she's been getting a lot of minutes, and I think it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, Colby doesn't look to... Well, Salifu was definitely strong down that left side, but Rahil is definitely not someone that you're going to regret subbing in for.
Absolutely. As we see a foul against the Jumbo, or against Colby here, you have 2 behind the ball. Are they going to play it short? They don't necessarily have players in the box.
Joseph looking to take it. Puts a high ball in, and Bernstein will just get there ahead of Portugallo. And will spread it out wide to Duncan, who's got a lot of room down this near sideline. O'Neal making the overlapping run. Good overlapping run, and Summers will look to get in the middle. O'Neal doesn't necessarily have a lot of support down that sideline. Looks to play back Duncan. Duncan getting on the end of that ball. Stops, plays it back to O'Neal. Now in the 18-yard box, dribbling down, and her touch will just get away from her. But a really good sequence of passing there from the Jumbos to get all the way down the field in quick fashion. That was what we were talking about at the beginning of the game. Some of those quick passes getting around that Colby defense.
Absolutely. You're also seeing Caroline O'Neal really participating on both offense and defense. You're seeing her make overlapping runs on both sides of the field and really participating strong.
Yeah, and she's someone we didn't see last season for the Jumbos. She was out with injury for the entirety of last season, but able to come back and make a big impact for this Jumbos team. Silvera on the far side. Cut out by Watchman, but right back to Silvera. And the Jumbos will look to switch the field through Sugru and Pats, who have been a good combination for this Jumbos back line.
Absolutely. It's great when you have 2 center backs that have really been able to influence the game and be a strong centerpiece that you can build the rest of your team around.
Sugru now the goal scorer on the ball. Dribbling up the field, finds Lamb in space, and she will turn. Plays it back to Silvera.
Again, we're seeing a real reticence from Colby to press the Jumbos and anything in their first half. And I think that's just giving them too much space. You're allowing them to potentially play balls in behind you. And even though your defense is sitting back against it, which should help defend, it's not necessarily what I would view as your strongest strategy.
You definitely don't want to give Lamb and O'Reilly space to turn in that midfield, as Duke will get the ball now and play it back to Pats. And Sugru now looking back to Duke. And that time, Barrett will put some pressure on, not allow her to turn. Segru looking long to Summers. Good ball in. Summers takes it down. Plays it out wide to Silvera. Silvera will look for Summers back again. Gets fouled on the follow-through, and that will be a Jumbo's free kick. O'Neal will not come over to take this free kick. And we look to have a whole slew of Jumbo subs here looking to come in.
8 is coming out. 10 in for second team. 3 in for 12. 9 for 23. 16 for 22.
As the ball is about to be hit in.
Cleared out by Watchman, and it'll be a Jumbo's throw on the far sideline.
Oh. Yeah. No, I meant like more like how exactly just like one player.
And Duncan, Duke, Lamb, Summers, and O'Reilly will come off, as well as Wilkinson. So a little bit of a less experienced set of midfield and forward coming in. But here is Greenberg. DeGrande will steal the ball away and look to play Barrett in over the top. Barrett running onto the ball. He's got a breakaway. Segru able to recover and get in front. Barrett will get a shot off, and it's deflected behind by Segru. Good recovery there to force a Colby corner.
Yeah, I think that might be the most dangerous chance that we've seen from Colby so far. Just having one player take it down and try and get a shot on goal. And it's a great job from them to get a corner, and we're going to see what they can do from it.
We've seen the Colby offense trying to go through Barrett a lot, playing long balls into her. Here is DeGrande looking to take the corner for Colby. Fisher running around to the box. Here's the ball in. Gets a head on it, but deflected away from the goal. And it'll be off of Rahill, out for a goal kick.
Yeah, Rahill fights to keep it in the Jumbo half there. Great job to at least get a body on it. But that's unlucky from the corner there.
It's actually a Jumbo's throw-in. Colby will stay high.
Yeah.
Looking to put pressure on the back line most definitely now. They're playing a lot higher here. Just gets over Greenberg.
Doing a tough handball there against the Jumbos. In a dangerous position. I don't know if it might be a little too far to put a shot on goal, about 30 yards out, 35.
Yeah, Joseph took the last free kick for Colby, and she will look to take it again, although Fisher is also standing over the ball here. Got a 3-woman wall there, standing about 12 yards away. She will shoot, and just over the crossbar. Bernstein may have had it covered, had it dipped below the crossbar, but it just floated over.
I think if that were a few inches lower, that might have gone in. But that's tough for them. I think when you're 30 yards out, it's going to be a tough shot that you got to put over the wall and into the back of the net. And just unlucky to not put it in there.
So Gru's spreading it out wide to Silvera. And now Keterling playing the role that Grace Duke just came out from in that defensive midfield position. The back line stays the same for Tufts, though. We have O'Neal on the ball, back to Keterling.
And Keterling doing well there just to spread the ball out, move the ball up slowly. No need to rush for the Jumbos. You already have a goal up.
And Silvera will look to make a driving run through that midfield, but it's just cleared out by Watchman, although she is fouled as she was tripped up getting through some of those Colby midfielders, and there will be a free kick about 40 or so yards away, maybe 35. O'Neal will come over to take it, so the Jumbos will look to play a set piece in. They don't have the taller presence of Nick Summers, but Keterling and Perro and Greenberg will look to get on the end of this ball. Ball in by O'Neal, not able to get through the Colby defense, and Barrett will settle, although Perro was on her quickly, but Barrett gets around her. Perro recovers and plays it back to Bernstein. Well done on the recovery there. You definitely don't want to have a Colby counterattack coming up this side of the field.
Absolutely not. And I think that could be the one of Colby's most dangerous weapons today. Being able to just get lucky on a counterattack, try and put one in on goal, and try and get a shot on goal here.
Here we have Pats with a lot of room. Colby has backed off now. They were pressing high a little bit earlier. O'Neal on the ball.
Or like not internally like misogynistic.
Spreading it out to Sugru. Colby trying to keep the ball in front of them here.
Just double checking.
Silvera now.
Yeah, Solera's having a great game so far, getting very involved in the offense.
There's Greenberg playing Pero through. She's just not able to get on the end of it. Cromwell with a nice clearance along with McMaster. Pero got tripped up a little bit, but they played the ball first. So it'll go out for a Jumbo's throw and far down that far sideline of the field.
Yeah, that's a fantastic defensive effort there to try and provide a goal-scoring opportunity. I think if Pero gets to that, she scores, and it's unlucky for her to go down there.
Here we have Rahill trying to collect, but Sugru clears it out of bounds for a Colby throw, and Colby will take a sub here.
Good run, Maddie. Well done.
Kaylee Quinn coming in, one of their top scorers this season. And Barrett will come out for her.
Bro, what? Oh, okay. So I think spacebar is like to do a replay transition, like the little symbol.
Absolutely. Quinn is tied for their second most goals on the team with 3 so far, and has been a real presence on this offense.
Yeah, a little bit of a surprise that she wasn't starting, but Barrett had some solid opportunities up front.
Okay.
Here we have Sugru on the ball, and we'll play it back to Pats. Jumbles will look to spread the ball out again. Keterling able to turn and finds Greenberg, who will try to play it down that far sideline to Abby Adler, but it cut out. Jumbos will recover. Greenberg tried to let that through to Pero, but Pero wasn't exactly where she thought it was. Pero gets the ball now. Dribbling through that Colby defense, spreads the ball out wide to Camille Liu. Liu putting a ball in, cleared out of there by Ellie Hankin. It will be a corner taken by Keterling over there on this near sideline.
I think Keterling is absolutely someone you want to have as a super sub today. Just to be able to hold the ball, bring the ball up as a central defensive midfielder, and put the ball in the box.
Ball to the far post. Sugru again, this time with the head. Able to head it into the far post. She was able to get on the end of that ball. Kind of had a free header there, and the ball just got around McMaster. So 2 goals for the Jumbo freshman center back today, and she is feeling it.
Yeah, as you're going to see on our replay here in a second, just putting the ball in dangerous positions and capitalizing. That's all you need from those Jumbos today. You've scored 2 goals off 2 corners today. And I think if you're Colby, that's so frustrating. Knowing that you're potentially losing relatively easy attacks to defend, that's got to be so frustrating.
It's a really good ball by Keterling, though, to the back post. Floated over everybody, and Sugru was there to head the ball in. And here we have Pats and O'Neal. Keterling on the ball now again. A lot of space to turn. Back to Pats now.
I was like literally looking at my phone.
Yeah, those are going to be Sugru's first goals of the season so far. It's going to be very exciting for a center back, someone who's not necessarily used to scoring those goals.
Especially those are the first 2 goals of her collegiate career, so good to get on the score sheet in this game. So we have Joseph dribbling, and Pero will knock that out for a Jumbo's throw, not allowing the ball to get down the field to Quinn.
Yeah, Pero not going to make it easy for any of these mules to be able to take it through midfield. But I think that's what you want for the Jumbos. You want to make sure that they can't have any quality opportunities.
Quinn will look to get on the ball and plays it to Rahill, who will play it back to Portugallo. Colby able to get a little bit of possession here, spreading it back to Watchman, who will play Rahill in. But Silvera is there to take the ball away, and Adler now on the ball, and Jumbos will reset.
Yeah, we've seen the Jumbos be great at just diffusing any danger from these attacks, slowing the game down, playing what you want to play, and your possession-based style today.
Parrott was looking to make a run, and O'Neill's ball was just deflected by Joseph there. Cromwell will clear it out.
It sounded like it hurt.
Yeah. Looked like it hit her hand, but her arm was tucked into her body, so no handball call on that. Now I have Elsie Aries, the freshman, who will play it back. O'Neill back to Aries, who will look to turn, gets around Hank in there, and will take a shot on goal just past the far post. Good left-footed shot by Aries there. She's a smaller forward, but that means she's able to get around some of those bigger Colby defenders with her footwork, and she was able to get around Ellie Hankin there. Just her shot just too wide.
Yeah, Aries got her first goal of the season just the other day.
I see what I did. Okay.
And has been doing fairly well as a freshman just to try and get involved. Obviously, when you're a first year, you're trying to compete for opportunities to start or to get more minutes. And by scoring those goals, you're putting yourself in a great position to play more.
Watchman will clear now. Rahal will look to turn, but Silvera is there, playing some lockdown defense on that far side of the field. Adler will get fouled, and the Jumbos will have a free kick. O'Neill will come over to take it again.
Yeah, O'Neill's been a presence so far, taking these free kicks.
Definitely, that free kick taking ability and the set piece ability has been what's led to those 2 goals for the Jumbos. Here is O'Neill playing the ball in. Keelerling gets her head on the ball. Watchman settles and able to clear it out to Rahal, who will look to turn but doesn't have much help. She will try and take on Silvera. Doesn't quite get around her, and Adler will recover and dribble towards the middle of the field. Plays the ball in. Camille Liu there, and it will get kicked out for a Jumbo's throw-in.
Yeah, I think if you're Tufts here, you're trying to just put as many potential chances in the box as possible. So you're going to tell your wide defenders, tell your midfielders to put something in.
Perro on the ball will take a shot just past the far post there. McMaster saw it wide. Looked like she knew it was going to go out. Maybe it was deflected out as Keeterling will come over to take the corner kick again.
Will this be goal number 3 on a set piece today?
Segru is definitely lurking in that penalty area. Now she's got Watchman very tight on her. Towards the back post, Segru again gets her head on it. Bouncing around in the penalty, Cromwell up in the air, not settled yet. And now the Jumbos will recover. Abby Adler on the right side, looking to get around Watchman. Plays the ball in. Perro with the shot, McMaster with the save.
Yeah, that's a tough angle for Perro there. When you have that tight of an angle, you can't necessarily put the greatest shot on goal. I mean, but ultimately, you just got to test the keeper. I feel like McMasters hasn't necessarily held on to every shot she's faced. She's put a lot of them out for a potential rebound, and you just got to take advantage of it.
Aries trying to hold up the ball, plays Perro. Perro able to get around her defender and dribbling towards the middle of the field. Her touch just a little bit too big. Here's Keeterling. Finds Silvera out wide. Silvera plays the ball in and harmlessly into the arms of McMaster, but a good ball in, just nobody on the end of it. McMaster will look to punt away again. This time she's holding up a little bit to allow her offense to get down the field and try and receive this ball. Keeterling gets her head on it again, but is called for the foul as there is apparently a push on Verbeek.
Yeah, it looks like you just have the push in the back there.
And the ball will come all the way up the field, almost to midfield, and Ellie Hankin will take this free kick.
As you are going to see, the Mules potentially look to play it long here. They're pushing up almost everyone that isn't in their back line.
Hankin plays it long. Quinn just gets her head on it. Handball, though, on Verbeek.
That is frustrating for Verbeek. If she's able to shoot that, you have a real shot on goal, a chance to test Bernstein, as she hasn't necessarily been tested early on in this game so far.
Here's Keeterling on the ball, looking to play in Perro, but that's cut out by Portigallo. Greenberg recovers, and Keeterling again will play Silvera out wide. Silvera with some space, looking to play Adler. Adler just put some pressure on, and Aries is there, and Tufts will retain possession here. Greenberg against Fisher. Plays it into the middle of the field. Silvera with the ball. Pero will lay it off for Aries, who will take a shot. Oh, just off the crossbar. And then the rebound is just put wide by Pero, but what a shot by Aries as Pero laid it off about 20 yards out, 20 to 25 yards out. And Aries with the volley just off the crossbar.
Yeah, an absolute beauty of a shot there. And that comes from Colby giving space to those midfielders, and that's not something they can do. They need to have either their defense push up and press or have their midfielders come back and defend a little more.
And Joseph will settle here off of the goal kick and will look to take it out wide. Her touch is just going to be a little bit too long. And Silvera will take the throw over there. What an opportunity, though, for the Jumbos.
That was not a goal.
Here is Silvera. Oh, ball kicked into the face of Talia Greenberg, and the high kick will be called for a foul against Colby. Silvera will take the free kick, and here's Keterling. Pats now. Keterling. Cut out there by Hankin, but Para will recover, and Pats again. O'Neill down this near sideline. We'll turn back and play it to Pats.
Yeah, again, the Jimbo's just taking any excitement out of these Colby attacks. Anything that looks dangerous, they've dealt with pretty handily, with yes, a few exceptions so far. But ultimately, if you're Colby, you're looking to put more chances on goal.
O'Neill looking to play Pero in, and she will try and get it to Lou, who just can't get around Cromwell, but touch will take it out for a Jumbo's throw-in. O'Neill will take it down that far.
Yeah, Cromwell doing well to disrupt some of these Jumbo's attacks, excuse me.
Ball into Greenberg. Nice touch off the chest, but then Hankin doing a good job shielding the ball, and Greenberg will be called for the foul there. Bernstein will take the free kick as it is in the penalty box. The rain looks to have stopped here, so weather playing a little bit less of a factor than we thought initially at the start of the game.
Thankfully for our setup here at JumboCast.
Got some handy plastic bags covering the soundboard.
And it does look like the rain will stop for the rest of the day, according to current projections.
That is good for both teams here. As Pero looks to turn down the right sideline, plays the ball in. Aries will settle, take a touch, but it will just be cleared out by Cromwell, out to Joseph. Quinn almost settles, but Segru is there to clear. We will have a sub for each side as Lena Segru will come out now. The scorer of both goals is Jordan Kushner will come in for her. But big high fives for her on this Jumbo sideline. She has single-handedly put them up here in this game.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you give those high fives? You have a center back getting 2 goals today, doing very well both in defense and in attack.
And they will look to make a shift here as O'Neill will come into that center back position and Kushner will come out to this left back position. And Bernstein will get the ball. Haven't seen much of her today. Jumbo's back line has been solid. Keterling plays the ball out wide to Kushner, just coming into the game. O'Neill. Pats now. Touch takes her a little bit too far, but no pressure from that Colby front line. Silvera on the far side.
Yeah, that Colby defense is sitting really deep, which, yes, prevents against any balls over the top. But at the same time, you're just giving these Jumbos so much space to try and play something in, or just take time and recycle the ball around the back.
O'Neill now. Plays it out wide to Silvera. Rayhill putting pressure on. Silvera will play it to Aries, who will play it back to Silvera. And now Greenberg. She will lay it off to O'Neal. Joseph putting some pressure on, but O'Neal gets there first. Plays it down the left side to Jordan Kushner, but Cromwell will cover.
Yeah, well done with the pressure there from O'Neal, but ultimately Kushner couldn't get there in time.
Lou tries to play the back heel down the line where Cromwell's there. Looked like it hit a hand, but Lou will almost get there as Hankin will cover the distance, and we have a Jumbo's throw. Take it quickly, and Portugallo will clear it down this near sideline. O'Neal will watch it out for a throw-in. Kushner will take the throw.
Yeah, I think if you are looking for ways to improve for this Jumbo team, and I think giving support from the midfielders. A lot of the time, these players on the wing aren't necessarily given support to either play the ball back or somewhere more centrally that isn't at least half the field across. And so I think you need those midfielders who are helping the center backs with their build-up, but not necessarily those wingers.
Through ball just cut out, and now Rahill will collect on the far side. Looks to turn, has a little bit of time, and will play for Beacon, but she doesn't have much support up front. Tries to play the ball down the line to Quinn, and Silvera will deflect it out for a throw-in. Charlotte Johnson to take the throw. Short throw to Rahill, who will get fouled there by Keterling. Free kick for Colby. And Johnson will take the free kick.
I think it's a smart tactical foul from Keterling. You can show, as a symbolic message, you can show that you won't have the time to turn around when you're playing the Jumbos.
Ball cut out by Pats, and Lou will collect, waiting for some support, and will turn back now to play it back to O'Neal. Good decision there. She didn't have much support up front. Kushner looking to dribble up the field now. Plays it back to O'Neal.
And again, you're going to see this Jumbos team just recycle possession. I would assume that the possession markers are somewhere within the 70 to 30% range for each team, respectively.
Definitely. The Jumbos have dominated possession here. Watchman will look to play it long, but that's cut out by Pats. Good step there. Johnson. Silvera will collect and play Adler down that far side. Adler getting across in. Just doesn't get quite to Lou, who will look to recover, but Joseph will get there first. And Lou will cover the ground to deflect it out for a Colby throw. Ball bounced just at the top of the 18, but nobody in a white shirt was able to get there.
Yeah, I think that's unlucky for Lou. I don't think she expected necessarily to get to her and bounce all the way through. And so just wasn't in a position to put a shot on goal.
And Quinn will receive the ball, tries to play it to Joseph, but Pero will collect and send it all the way back to Pats. Jumbos will recycle the ball. Here's Silvera.
As we have about a minute and a half left in this first half, I think you've seen a strong Jumbo first half so far. As we see a brief foul there. I think you've seen a strong first half from these Jumbos. You're able to put 2 in based on set pieces. I think in the second half, you're looking to have more open play goals, but you're pretty happy with what you've seen so far. For Colby, I don't think you necessarily have that same agreement. In attack, you haven't necessarily seen those stronger players be able to support any attacks you put up there. It's mostly just been one forward, trying to put something on net and being relatively unsuccessful. And you're also looking to shore up that defense a little more. I think having 2 goals off those set pieces is unacceptable for our Colby coach today. And you're really looking to improve that once the second half goes on.
Rahill will foul Adler way after she played the ball and is going to receive a yellow card here. Not something you want to do right at the end of the half. She was a little bit late getting to that challenge, and that's what resulted in the caution rather than just a normal foul.
Yeah, I think you've had a few strong fouls in a row, and I think if you're the ref, you got to send a message that, hey, that's not going to happen today. We don't necessarily need that.
Playing the ball in. Aries looked to flick it on. She'll get the ball back. Her shot deflected way up into the air. Lou can't get around Cromwell, and Cromwell did well to deflect Lou away from the ball as McMaster will look to punt it away quickly as Colby will try to mount a counterattack, but Kushner will just play it out to the sideline with 3 seconds left. And that's how the half will end. 2 for the Jumbos, 0 for Colby, and we will head into halftime.
Absolutely. See you in a few.
You're so hypnotic, magical. Don't wanna let you know you're so hypnotic, magical. Don't wanna let you know you're so hypnotic, magical.
Let me show you something. show you something.
and we've probably learned more from him than he's learned from us.
I think they're a real important part in my life. I can't describe it. It feels amazing.
Team Impact is a national nonprofit that connects kids living with serious and chronic illness with college athletic teams, forming lifelong bonds and life-changing outcomes.
Break it! Break it!
Can I have a hug? What's your favorite subject?
Math.
When you spread the word about Team Impact, you have the power to change lives.
And here we are back for the second half of Tufts versus Colby. Tufts is up 2-0. Both goals from freshman center back Lena Sugru, who is not on the field right now, but we do have Kaylin Logue, the Jumbo's second half goalie, as they tend to split time between Haley Bernstein and Kaylin Logue in goal. And it looks to be roughly the same lineup for this Colby offense. Barrett coming back up top. But overall, we've seen a pretty competitive matchup here. The Jumbos have been dominating possession, but both goals have come on set plays. So if you're Colby, that's a good sign because you haven't allowed Tufts to score from open play. The only way they've scored is through 2 corner kicks, but the Jumbos definitely have been the stronger side here. As we look to have a different lineup coming out, we've got Juliana Rosen and Caroline Kelly, 2 underclassmen who are coming in to play in the midfield and forward positions here, as Elsie Aries is also on the field. So a little bit of a younger Jumbos lineup, but the back line has stayed the same from the end of the first half with Silvera, Pats, O'Neill, and Kushner.
Absolutely. And we do also have some updates from around the NESCAC for you. Trinity and Bates drew 1-1 today in Lewiston, Maine, and Middlebury was beaten by Wesleyan 0-1 in Middletown, Connecticut at Wesleyan. And perhaps the most important match of the day, after the ball goes out between a quick battle, top-ranked Williams in the NESCAC playing number 3 Amherst in the NESCAC. Williams is beating in around the 75th minute Amherst 1-0. So we'll try and give you an update at the end of that game.
Yeah, it's definitely a big one for NESCAC rankings, as the ball looks to be played into the middle, but it is cut out as Rosen looked to settle, but ball gets taken out for a Jumbo's throw here.
Absolutely. I think if you're Colby here, or rather if you're the Jumbos here, you're going to try and slow the game down, really draw it out, maybe put another one back in the net if you can, but just try and dominate Colby here, try and make it your game, and try and put another one in the net. I think if you're Colby, you're not necessarily out of this game. You're only 2 goals behind, and that's only 2 chances that you have to take advantage of.
As here is Kelly looking to play Pero in, the ball just too far. Oh, it spills! And Pero able to put that into the back of the net, put the Jumbos up 3-0. McMaster spilled that ball, and it fell right to the feet of Pero, and she will put the Jumbos up just less than 2 minutes into the second half.
Yeah, that's great from Pero there, to just stay on the ball. A lot of the times when you see the goalie coming out, you think, oh, they're automatically going to save it. But when McMaster spills that one, Pero just needs one shot to put it in the back of the net. And I think that's why you have that high pressing attack. Really make the Mules make mistakes.
That's definitely not how you wanted to start the second half for the Mules. You wanted to get on the front foot early, and they look to have some early opportunities, but the first Jumbo's attack the other way results in a goal, and now Colby's going to have to play from 3 goals down, which is a big hole to climb out of.
Yeah, I mentioned at the start of the broadcast that these Jumbos, when they come out in the first half, they don't necessarily have the strongest of starts. Obviously, they got 2 goals today off set pieces. But I didn't mean within the first minute or two of the second half start, they'd come out strong and get a goal.
Definitely a good start for the Jumbos here as Kushner looks to throw the ball in. And it will be kicked up to Barrett, who will try and turn and go down the sideline. She doesn't have much support as there are all 4 defenders for the Jumbos are back. She still has the ball, though, and will turn back and play it to number 15, Jane McGuire. But O'Neill will collect here and play it back to Kaylin Logue, now into the game. Has the most saves in the NESCAC. And she will play it out to O'Neill, who will play it to Kushner.
Yeah, Logue has been better statistically of the 2. She's only given up 1 goal by compared to Bernstein's 2 so far. And I don't know if that's just a symptom of the better starts or the better play that the Jumbos have had in the second half this season, or if she's actually been the better goalkeeper overall. And I think both have been great. I think it's definitely rare to have 2 goalkeepers of equivalent quality. You can just sub in equally, split halves, and really get them equal playing time. But I think that's what you have to do for the Jumbos. You know, if you have those 2 opportunities to play both, why not?
Definitely, and I think that's it's an interesting strategy by head coach Martha Whiting. Not something you normally see, goalie splitting time, but in terms of just having that depth and also not tiring out either one of them so that both are ready and available to go for every game, because goalkeeping can get definitely a little bit rough.
Absolutely. You are looking to see this Jumbos team make a run in the NCAA postseason and the NESCAC tournament. So you have a fair few games left to play. And so you've got to wonder, is this strategy going to continue? Are they going to keep riding the hot hand or decide on one or just keep playing both? We'll see what happens.
Kelly's pass cut out by Portagallo there. DeGrande will settle and look to play it out wide. Just gets there, Charlotte Johnson, but her touch will take it out of bounds, and Silvera will take the throw. She will throw it to Rosen, who will play it to Pero and back to Silvera. Silvera will look to turn. Pressured high by Sophie Webb. Gets tripped up a little bit there. No foul called. Barrett to DeGrande. To Webb. Did hit her hand. The ref will call it. And the Jumbos will have a free kick as the wind starts to pick up a little bit here on Bello.
Yeah, again, you can see the difference in their defending styles. Tufts much more willing to close down any potential attackers. You're going to send players like Keterling or Duke to try and stop any potential balls into the box or down to the wingers. Prevent any quality chances from being played or leading to any potential assist or pressure from the center backs. Whereas for Colby, they're not necessarily going to close you down like that. They'll let you have space and do something with it. And I think that's the difference between these 2 teams today.
Here we have Joseph on the right side, able to get around Kushner, but her ball will be deflected up, and Barrett will try and settle, sends it into the middle for Webb. She looks to turn and get a shot off, but it's deflected by Silvera, out wide. Pero battling against Portagallo. Oh, and she will get called for the foul as a push on Portagallo there.
Ooh, and that's tough. I think in that attack, if you just hold it up for another second or 2, you're able to play someone on to put a shot on goal. I think that is a much better chance of going in the net. But you have a dangerous attack here.
This is definitely something Colby's going to want to capitalize on here as DeGrande will take the free kick from the left side. Ball comes into the box. Logue doesn't quite get her hands on it. Hankin looks to settle. It comes down to the front of the goal. Keterling clears it against. and it will be put in by Webb at the far post. Colby will get on the score sheet. The ball was bouncing around a lot in there. Keterling cleared it against her own player, and the ball will bounce back, and Logue not quite able to collect. The Colby support here at Bellow Field is loud for the first time today, as it will be 3-1, and the deficit is back to 2 goals.
Absolutely. We have a game going on. I think for the Jumbos, I don't quite know what happened there. If you're the coach, you got to clear the ball out, right, first of all. You can't have multiple potential clearances going against your own team and just not being able to leave the box. I think Logue did well to get the initial ball punched away, and I think was a little unlucky on not getting the saves in there. But I think the defense just has to be able to clear that. You can't have that be going against your own team.
A little bit unlucky for Keeling there. Her clearance was just blocked out. And then it looked like Logue might have gotten a hand on the ball, but it fell right to the feet of Sophie Webb, who was able to put it away. Here's Pero now. Ooh, runs into Watchman, who was able to clear the ball down the left side.
Yeah, but this game feels like it's actually going back and forth for maybe the first time today.
Both teams scoring off of set pieces today. Oh, I guess Pero didn't score off a set piece, but 2 goals for the Jumbos off set pieces and 1 for Colby. Webb now on the ball, looks to play Barrett in. It's the first time we've seen Webb today, the senior from Maine. And she's able to make an impact immediately. Portaguy looks to head the ball into the middle, but it just falls to Keterling, who will look to spread it out wide to O'Neill. Kushner making herself available on that far sideline.
Yeah, I think if the Jumbos can spread out wide here, you really open up the space, both between the midfield and the defense, but also just space between the defense.
Here's Cromwell, who has not come out all game on that Colby back line, just kicks it out of bounds. Here's Duncan taking the throw. Aries will try and settle, plays it back to Duncan, and cut out there by Jane McGuire, who will collect the ball and play it in long, but it will just slice off the side of her foot and out for a Jumbo's throw. Kushner will take the throw on the far sideline.
Absolutely. I think if you're the Jumbos right now, you're trying to shift the momentum back in your direction. As much as momentum is an intangible thing, it's definitely something you could feel right now, and it's something the Mules are taking advantage of.
Here's Joseph down the right side. Good tackle by O'Neill. Nope, that's Keterling. Excuse me. Good tackle by Keterling to slide in and get the ball and not the player. She will put some pressure on DeGrande now. The Colby support making themselves heard over in the bleachers.
Yeah, absolutely the most excited that we've seen the Colby support so far. They're letting themselves know, they're letting the fans know, and letting the players know that Colby means business today. They're not giving up without a fight.
Here is Silvera to take the throw here on the near sideline. She will throw it to Pero, but Webb will cut it out, but it falls to Keterling. We'll play it back to O'Neill.
Again, you're going to try and stretch horizontally this Colby team if you're the Jumbos, trying to open up some space for you to attack.
Pat's now on the ball. And here's Silvera.
As now we are starting to see some pressing for this Colby team. I think Colby started to realize that when you press the Jumbos, they will start to make mistakes, and they will start to give the ball away more, and that you need some of that possession to be able to put those attacks on goal.
Silvera to take the throw. Throws it long. Pero able to get there first. Rosen not quite able to get on the end of that, but Pero will recover. Plays the ball into Aries. Aries dribbling in the 18, but Watchman is there, and Hankin is there again, and Webb will look to turn. Oh, and gets it through the legs of Silvera.
Gets megged absolutely dirty there, but gets it back, so it works out for her.
Sophie Webb's ball just couldn't find Barrett, and Pats was able to recover. And Silvera will take the throw again on this near sideline.
Comes in front of the JumboCast sideline right here. We tried to play it, but just couldn't get to us.
I'm on Daniel right now.
Here's Silvera, and Barrett will prevent that pass from getting to Pats, but Silvera will throw again. And Henkin will clear it out. Silvera getting a lot of chances on these throw-ins. As we'll take a little bit of a breather here. Pero will check in. Her touch, ooh, just keeps it in. Silvera will recover and take it up the right sideline. Kelly making the run, looks to turn, gets the ball back, and plays it to Rosen on the right sideline. Scissor move. And puts the ball into the middle. There's Aries, and her shot is just deflected off of Jane McGuire harmlessly into the arms of McMaster, who will look to distribute the ball.
Yeah, and I think you've had some great attacking moves for those jumbos right there. Really doing well, putting in some fancy skill moves, crossing up some players, and trying to look dangerous. But that comes from, okay, I'm a sucker for any kind of wingback play and any kind of defenders pushing up into the attack, and I think that's what happens there. You have defenders pushing up to the attack, getting extra people, and looking dangerous.
Yeah, and definitely these backs in Silvera and Kushner right now are definitely offensive-minded backs. We've seen them both push up the field and get some crosses in. Here's Aries looking to turn with a lot of space near the top of the 18-yard box. Cromwell versus Aries, and Cromwell will shoulder her off the ball and play it back to Hankin, but Hankin's pass just too far for Cromwell there, and Duncan will take the throw. Kelly checking in, but the ball will go to Aries, back to Duncan, back to Aries. Aries will play across in, and it looked like Pero just didn't quite think that was going to get through. Silvera's looking to get on the end of it, all the way on this near sideline. The ball is deflected to Rosen. Pat's there. Pero. Rosen with a shot, deflected off McGuire. And Johnson will clear it up the line to Webb. Doesn't quite get her kick right there. And now it's cleared by Watchman out to Barrett, who has a little bit of space here, but good pressure by Kelly. McGuire will send it out wide to Joseph, who now has some more space. She's looking to take on Kushner on the far sideline. Kushner gets around Kushner, but it deflected off of Kushner, so she will get the ball for a throw. Barrett checking in.
Absolutely, and you just have some great pressure play from the Jimbos. But I think you also have Colby taking advantage of their attacks. They're starting to really look dangerous right now. Getting the ball upfield, taking on players, and winning with skill moves. And I think you've seen some great growth just from Colby today.
And here's Silvera. Excuse me. Deflected out by McGuire. She's been making some good plays here, getting in front of some of these jumbo passes. Silvera to take the throw in. Keterling. Kelly looking to settle. Rosen. And cleared out by Watchman. Keterling able to get her head on it, and good settle by Kelly there. Although there's McGuire again, playing it out to Joseph. Joseph looking to dribble at Kushner again. That's been a matchup we've seen in the second half.
And Joseph's looks like she's winning.
Joseph putting a ball in, but there is Logue. Webb not able to get on the end of it. I'm not sure if that was a cross or a pass, but anyway, Sophie Webb is looking to get on the end of it, and the ball will be distributed out to Silvera. Oh, Webb putting some pressure on Silvera, forcing her to play it back to Pats there, and Jumbos will switch the field to O'Neill.
Yeah, I think Colby's realized that when you put pressure on these wingbacks and don't give them time, I think it's one thing if you don't press the center backs. I feel like that's a little more excusable. But once it gets out to the wingbacks, you really need to put the pressure on.
Webb will have a shot on goal, but right into the arms of Logue. Portogallo was able to intercept a pass and play it to Webb, but her shot harmlessly into the arms of Kaylin Logue.
Yeah, Webb looked like she had second there. She had some space if she wanted to collect it and place that shot a little more instead of just taking it first time. Not that it was a bad shot. I mean, it was straight to Logue. But if she took a little more time, then it could have gone somewhere better.
Pero trying to settle. Duncan will play it through to Aries here, who has a look. But Duncan will recover. And the ball is out wide to Cromwell and to Joseph again, who's been having a good second half here on that right side. Plays it to DeGrande. DeGrande looking to play it through to Barrett. Pero will get fouled by DeGrande, and the Jumbos will have a free kick on the Colby half of the field. And O'Neal looks to take the free kick behind where the foul happened.
Let's see if they play it long here.
O'Neal will play it long towards the 18-yard box. Rosen just doesn't quite get her head on it. Here's Silvera trying to put a cross in, and McMaster will collect.
You know what? I don't think that's necessarily a bad decision. I think if she could have got around it a little more, it might have been a better cross. But ultimately, if you can test McMasters, you put 3 in already, at least 1 off one of her mistakes. I think if you can test her, I think it's worth the risk.
We have a sub for Colby as Barrett will come off and Kaylee Quinn will come back on.
Absolutely. I really liked Quinn when she's been on today. I feel like she's done very well in putting threatening attacks for the Mules today. So we're going to see what effect she can have on the field.
Cromwell to throw it in. There's Joseph back to Cromwell. And Joseph collects again and will play it through, but there is no one there for the Mules as Logue will collect it with her feet and play it to Pats. Pats out wide to Silvera. And there's Rosen with some pressure on her. Able to get it off to Kelly. Kelly will look to turn and plays it back to Keeterling, and the Jumbos will spread it out. Here's Kushner.
Yeah, and you could hear when the Jumbos have the ball, those press chants coming from that Colby defense, because they know that they need to actually press and not let the Jumbos have time and space.
Here's Quinn with some time and space for the Mules down the right side. Looks to play it off of O'Neal, but O'Neal will recover and play it up the sideline, only as far as Cromwell.
Well done from O'Neal not to give up the corner there.
And O'Neal will cut out the ball, through ball again. Here's Portogallo trying to settle. Points to Johnson. Johnson dribbling at Rosen. Silvera will come over and win the ball. And now has time and space, but plays it right back to Portogallo. Pera's there to pick up the pieces and dribble through the midfield. Here's Kelly. Kelly dribbling up that left side, plays it out to Duncan. Duncan cuts into the middle. Ooh, good pullback move there. And Kelly has some time and space to go at Cromwell, who's been a solid defender on that far side. Kelly playing the ball in towards Rosen, gets her head on it, but looping up and an easy save for McMaster there.
Yeah, I think I definitely wanted to see her take it on, take it down the line. But cutting back on the inside, she ultimately is able to put it on her right foot and put a stronger ball into the box.
DeGrande was looking to play Quinn through there. Webb doesn't quite get her kick right, and Keeterling able to settle out to Silvera. Silvera's been having a really good game in this right back position. She's been able to be offensive-minded and able to shut down the attacks of this Colby team. Here's Pero out to Rosen, trying to get there before the end line. Able to get a cross in, but it's cut out by Watchman. And Pero able to block the clearance, but it will go out for a Mules throw-in. The throw goes long to Quinn, who heads it towards the middle, but there's Kelly looking to turn and plays it back to O'Neal. O'Neal out to Kushner, pressured by Joseph. Will take it down the line.
That's the only way you can order.
She finds Duncan. Duncan with some hold-up play, putting a ball into the box, not quite reaching Aries. There's Kelly putting pressure on McGuire. Aries, Duncan. Putting a ball in, and it will just bounce right into the arms of McMaster in goal.
Yeah, it looks like she was thinking about the shot there, decided against it, looked for the pass, but ultimately no one was on the end of it.
Here we have DeGrande getting her head on it. Quinn picking up the pieces, and there's Joseph. 2-on-1 though, and Keeterling will win that battle. Playing it through to Aries. Doesn't quite get there in front of Hankin, the big center back there. And Pats will clear the ball away to no one in particular, as McGuire will collect the ball and try and play Joseph through. Here is Chloe Kelly, the freshman.
Has space if she wants to take it.
She's looking. Pero was looking to make a run down this far side, but it was deflected away by McGuire, who's been good defensively for this Mules defense here. Pero looking to turn, doesn't quite get her touch right, and Johnson will take the throw. Colby's going to sub here as Ray Hill will come in for the goal scorer Webb. And we saw Ray Hill in the first half with some good offense. And she will check in to receive the throw here. Gets a shoulder to the face there. She ran right into her.
Is checking for blood.
Looked like it was incidental contact there. She just missed the header on the throw-in. Looks to be okay, though, staying in the game for now. Drop ball to Johnson. Judah Grande. And Aries putting pressure on, forces Watchman to kick it out of bounds. And the Jumbos will throw it on this near sideline. Johnson will head the ball out of play, preventing Rosen from getting there. And the Jumbos will throw again.
Absolutely. I think we've had a game of two halves here. In the first half, I feel like I can confidently say there's some real Jumbo dominance. But in this half, I'm not sure I can quite say that. I feel like this game has been very back and forth. Obviously, you have the first goal from the Colby coming in the second half, and one goal for the Jumbos in this half, but it's been very back and forth.
It has. Here's Kushner on the far sideline, playing it into Kelly. Plays it back to Keterling, and she will spread it out wide to Pero. Portagaio able to get her foot on it, but Pero able to recover there. Plays it back to Pats, who will find Silvera on this near sideline. Silvera plays it to Rosen, who will play it back to Silvera. Good sequence of play here. There's Keterling and O'Neill. O'Neill to Kelly, who is able to get it to Duncan, who turns back to Kelly, plays it through to Aries. Good ball there. She's in the box. Jumbo's getting numbers forward, lays it off to Kelly, who will have a shot. Oh, just over the crossbar. What a shot by Kelly. Mere inches over the crossbar. And it looked like McMaster wasn't going to get there. Good opportunity and a good ball from Kelly to Aries, who lays it off for Kelly.
Absolutely. Kelly receives the ball at the top of the box, realizes she has space, and puts one almost in the net.
Kushner will come off as Anna Griffin, the freshman, will come in on this right side and transition Maddie Silvera over to the left side. Here we see Griffin getting her first touches, and DeGrande is able to win the ball away from her. Trying to play Kaylee Quinn down that left side. She is just able to keep it in, but the defense is able to recover and play it to Pero. Nice touch there to settle the ball. Plays it off, tried to play it off of Johnson out of bounds, but it just gets a touch off of her. Some more subs coming in here for the Jumbos on the next stoppage of play.
Absolutely. With 20 minutes left, I feel like it's a pretty good time, up 3-1, for you to put your subs in. Give some more experience to some of these players and really just seal the game out.
O'Neill will settle the ball. Looks to play it out wide to Silvera. Silvera pressured by Joseph. Forces Silvera to turn back and play it to Pats. Pats to Griffin. Good touch up this right sideline. Gets a little bit of space. And the subs will come in here. as we will have O'Reilly coming in, Duke coming in, Lou coming in, Summers coming in, and it looks like the whole front line will change out, as well as Abby Adler on this right side.
Like a hockey-style sub, where you just sub out the entire front half.
Yeah. Here is Silvera. Back to O'Neill. And there's Lou playing it to O'Neill, who's gotten farther up the pitch, who will play through to Kelly. She's got Cromwell on her back, gets around Cromwell, but her touch is too big, and it will go behind for a Colby goal kick. Colby will make a sub now as DeGrande will come off for Verbeek.
Yeah, I think if you're Coach Leone from Colby today, whatever halftime changes she told their team, I think it's working. Obviously, she has a tremendous amount of experience. She won the 1991 World Cup with the USA and also helped coach the USA women for a number of years, along with the New Zealand women's national team. And her last stop was at Northeastern. And I think she's really brought all that experience to Colby today. And something that's what you're seeing, to be able to make those halftime changes and bring Colby back into this game.
Cross into the box, cleared out by Johnson. Abby Adler was trying to get on the end of that. Here's Silvera. Silvera playing it out wide to O'Neill, who collects and plays it into Kelly. Good settle, but her touch isn't quite good enough. And the ball will get through as Quinn will look to run down the right sideline here. Rahill trying to get into the middle, and there's Logue to be able to cut out the cross. Colby just not able to get enough numbers down the field. Here is Griffin on the ball. Able to play it to Adler. Adler will cut into the middle there, and there's Duke.
Duke has space up the field if she wants to take it, and she will.
Play it out wide to Lou. Lou has to come back a little bit for the ball, but we'll play it into Kelly here. Kelly has McGuire on her back and plays it into the middle, cut out by Watchman. And Duke will recover. Here's Pat, out wide to Griffin. The 1-2 doesn't quite work, but Griffin almost able to recover. She is able to draw the foul off of Johnson, and they will get a free kick.
Absolutely. I think it's just far enough into the half that you could potentially put something in the box if you wanted to.
Looks like Pats is going to take this free kick.
And I think if you can put it just about at the penalty spot, that's what you're looking for.
She will play it towards the top of the 18. Kelly settles, tries to play in Adler. Adler gets on the end of it, loops across for the back post. Lou not able to get her head on it, and it's able to be cleared out. Although Silvera will recover, but kicks it just out of bounds.
Absolutely. That failed clearance there really looked dangerous for a second. But that's well done from Adler, really to keep a ball that was going out, put it back into the box, create another dangerous chance. And I think for the Jumbos, one more lucky shot, and I think they've sealed it. But until that point, Colby is absolutely in this. They are 2 goals down, yes, but they've looked dangerous.
Kelly coming off here as Beanstalk will come on for her, but Kelly had a really good shift there. She had that shot that just went over the crossbar and was dominating in the midfield.
Yeah, Kelly is only a freshman, but I think she's made a real impact today. And I think that's something you've seen from a lot of Jumbo freshmen this year. Going in the game, making impacts, and showing that you deserve a place in this team. And that, yes, the veterans have been there, and yes, they have experience. But so do you, and you think you deserve it.
Hengen with a long ball, which Quinn takes down really nicely. Verbeek, Pat's able to beat Verbeek and play it out to Adler, whose touch just takes it a little bit far away. Here's Summers. Touch too big. There's Rahill trying to get around Griffin, but Griffin will not let her through. draws the foul from Griffin. Yes, foul.
Yeah, I think I saw it. I feel like wasn't sold a little bit maybe, but I think ultimately, you know, if you prevent the player from moving on, that is a foul.
Here's Hankin to take the free kick. We've seen some big kicks from her in this game, the Colby captain. She will put it into the box.
And it's a beauty.
And headed out by Pats for a corner. That's about all you can do if you're Olivia Pats there. And Colby will look to get another goal off of a set piece here.
Yeah, Logue is only 5'3", I believe. Not the height you're necessarily wanting from a goalkeeper, and that does leave her vulnerable.
Ball comes out to the top of the 18, and Hankin gets her head on it, but just not able to direct it on goal. It goes past the far post, and Logue will have a goal kick here.
Absolutely.
She puts the ball down and takes it quickly to Pats.
Yeah, Logue is willing to come out on some of these defensive chances. I mean, if you hadn't told me she wasn't 5'3", I probably wouldn't have known, just based on how willing she is to try and disrupt an attack, try and punch it out, and make sure nobody gets ahead on the ball.
Here's Quinn running through the middle of the field here, cutting across. Gets a shot off, but it is seen wide by Logue, not worrying her at all there. And there will be another goal kick.
Yeah, it takes just probably a few seconds too long to take that shot. I don't think she had the angle she wanted directly over the middle of the field, so she waited to try and see if she could pass it. Didn't have the pass, takes the shot instead. Ultimately doesn't work out for her.
Joseph looking to settle, finds Quinn. And the shot by Joseph right into the arms of Logue.
As Logue tested a few times in the last couple minutes. Again, putting shots on goal is how you beat the Jumbos.
Definitely getting more action than Bernstein in that first half. Here's Pats.
Bernstein probably happy she's not in net right now.
Plays it up to Summers, who will try and get some hold-up play going. Ooh, and Beanstalk will foul Portugallo. Here's Hankin to take another long free kick.
Absolutely. In their most recent game versus Amherst, Colby was outshot 19-6, I want to say. And so being able to put shots and really test these jumbo keepers today is what's going to help them get this game much closer.
Hankin with the ball into the box. Logue comes out off her shin and then cleared by Adler. Portugallo was trying to get there on the shot, but Abby Adler able to get there first to clear away the danger. Logue looked a little uncertain on that. It was kind of in no man's land. Ellie Hankin is down, and that's not a good thing to see because that's a non-contact entry off of that free kick. She looked like she went down right after she took the free kick.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. As we were going to have a quick break here for a nice dog cam. But yeah, absolutely. Logue, I don't think that's the kind of response you want from your keeper, just to let it hit off your shins like that. I think she was expecting it to maybe not actually get to her, which I probably would have expected, but you just had a couple of very dangerous balls given to the box there, not necessarily well defended. I think if you're the Jumbo's defense, you're going to try and really solidify that attack, or solidify that defense, excuse me.
Hankin limping off of the field. Not the greatest thing to see, especially with a non-contact injury. And Colby will sub here. Lucy Robinson coming into the game. But for the Mules, you definitely don't want to lose your captain there, so that's a little bit of a bigger hit. Hopefully, Ellie Hankin is okay. It is a Tufts throw-in on the far sideline. Maddie Silvera will take it. Around 12 minutes left in the game here. Silvera will take the throw. Lou will try and settle it down to Summers, who just can't quite settle the ball enough. Watchman out to Rayhill. Griffin putting pressure on. And there's Verbeek. Good pressure by Grace Duke winning the ball. And here's Summers putting pressure, almost gets there. Watchman with a little bit of a dangerous pass. And the sub into the game, Robinson. Robinson kicks the ball out. And here we have O'Reilly back to Griffin. Rahill able to get there first, putting pressure on Griffin.
Griffin getting a lot of touches here in the second half.
Colby's been active down their left side. There's Portagallo, but nobody is there to follow up on the ball. O'Neal now will collect. Spreads it out wide to Silvera. Silvera now on the ball again. Here's Duke. Abby Adler trying to give her an option out wide. Johnson will head it away. Rahill collects and plays it back to Johnson, who will kick it far down the field, but nobody making that run, so it will go out for a goal kick, and Colby will sub here, as Verbeek will come off for the goal scorer, Sophie Webb.
Absolutely, as Jumbos are going to start pretty far back here.
And there is O'Reilly, but Portogallo is able to win the ball away from her. Here's Webb just come into the game. There's Beanstalk versus McGuire, and Summers will get the ball. O'Reilly now out to Adler. Johnson with some good pressure, but Pats will play it far down the field. And McMaster will collect. It goes all the way through into the opposing 18-yard box.
Yeah, Summers back in here. Really that hold-up presence that you're looking for a striker for these Jumbos.
A little bit of miscommunication there as Adler and Griffin were going for the ball at the same time. But Colby will recover here, and Johnson looking to play it through to Quinn. Pats is going to watch it all the way through as Logue will take it into her penalty box. No pressure yet until Quinn comes, and Logue will pick up the ball.
Will take her time. I mean, once you're 2 goals up with less than 10 minutes remaining, you know, you're going to take every second you have.
Here's O'Neal. Been very solid for the Jumbos on that back line. Has not come off all game and has taken the set pieces. McGuire, Cromwell, and cleared up the line by Robinson, finding Quinn, who is through here, trying to turn, but there's O'Neal able to kick the ball away. Cromwell gets around Lou, playing a ball into the box. Jumbos will clear it. It will fall to Webb, though. Webb across the box. Just wide. Logue watched it wide there. And it's a goal kick for the Jumbos, but a good look for Webb, and Pats forced her wide enough that the shot was just had to go past that far post.
Yeah, well done from Pats there. You were both, when you force the wide like that, you're both eliminating a high-quality shot because of the angle, but you're also, even if a cross does come in, there wasn't necessarily anyone for Colby to get that, so well done defensively from Pats.
Here's Quinn on the ball. Logue's free kick was cut out by Joseph, and O'Neal now. Here's Silvera. Lou. Silvera will just play it up the field. Summers trying to get ahead on it, but it is cleared away by Watchman. And O'Neal will settle. Taken away by Joseph. Silvera will cut that out well, preventing it from getting to Webb. Duke off the ref, and so it will be a Jumbo's drop ball, I believe. Yes.
Yeah.
And Duke will play it back to O'Neal. Across to Pats. Looking to switch the field, Griffin.
And again, you're seeing this Colby defense push up on the field. They're not necessarily sitting far back in their own half like they were in the first half. They've learned their lesson and realized.
Here's Quinn through the middle of the field, and Logue with a big save coming out to cut down that angle. With a ball from the back from Colby, with Quinn able to get a clear sight on goal, and Logue with a big save to keep this game at 3-1.
You know, I was a little harsh on Logue earlier, I'll admit, but that just saved the game for the Jumbos. If that goes in, if Logue doesn't make an excellent stop there to prevent the ball from going in, then this game's 3-2. Colby's back in this. Doing that, I think, saved the game for the Jumbos.
Definitely, they're able to retain some momentum here, but the Colby support on the far side of the field is getting louder. Got very excited with that ball through the middle. There really wasn't much that the back line could do about that. It looked like the ball sort of fell to Quinn there, and she was able to get through, but Logue able to rescue the defense for the Jumbos. Here is Robinson to take a free kick for the Mules.
23!
Not sure what the whistle's for there. Looks like there might have been some pushing in the penalty area prior to the free kick, so Robinson will have to take the kick again.
Yeah, these Colby fans starting to sound like they're out for blood here today. Absolutely not going to let this game go easy.
And Robinson will look to play it in again. Webb saying, I'm not pushing. Here's the ball in. Webb will get a head on it, but just wide. Wasn't able to make the contact that she probably wanted. Working against Abby Adler there.
Yeah, that's tough there in terms of the flick you need to put that on goal. But for Colby, you're just trying to put chance into the box, put as much as you can into dangerous areas, and see what happens.
Robinson clearing the ball down the line. Quinn looking to settle, but there's O'Neill. And we have O'Reilly settling, dribbling up the field. Cuts back and looks to play a ball into Abby Adler, cut out by Watchman. And O'Reilly will settle again. There's Silvera. There's Beanstalk. Beanstalk dribbling. There's Lou. Adler, who has switched sides of the field now. She cuts across the field. Tufts coach is yelling to keep the ball here, not let Colby get possession.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you can keep it for the next 3 minutes, not let any chances go in, not making it any closer than it has to be, that's your goal for the Jumbos.
The ball just too far for Joseph, but Rahill will collect as Lou will cut the ball out. Here's Summers being instructed to once again keep the ball. Not quite dribbling at that Colby defense, going down the right side. Plays it off of a Colby defender, and the Jumbos will have a throw and able to take some time off the clock here.
Absolutely. You know, if you're the Jumbos, you're going to try and take, as we see a brief foul from the Jumbos there. You're going to try and take as much time off the clock as you can. Really just see this game out. No silly chances.
There's Griffin getting a head on it. Not exactly where she wanted it to go, but Pats will clean it up. Rahill collects. Pressured by O'Reilly. Grace Duke able to back up Pats. Portogallo looking to play Quinn through. Pats looking to recover. Plays it out to Anna Griffin over there and finds Duke in the middle. Really good sequence of passing from the Jumbos. Some more advice from the Tufts coaching staff telling them to keep the ball. Here is Silvera. If you're Colby, you're going to want to put high pressure so that Tufts can't keep the ball.
And that's a great turn from Silvera, though, to try and get out of that pressure.
Here is Joseph. Colby able to win the ball back. Webb did not get her header right, and it will go out for a goal kick. Less than 2 minutes remaining now in the game.
Absolutely. As we're coming to the end of this game, as Logue takes her time with this goal kick, This Jumbo's bench is very excited to see the end of it. I think you're happy with this Jumbo's performance today. At least in the first half, you have 2 set-piece goals and one coming early in the third. The third goal coming early in the second half. I think you're showing the rest of the message to the NESCAC that with the Jumbos, even if they started struggling for a second, I'm not sure this game was ever truly in doubt in terms of the final result. And I think if you're Colby, you have a rough start, especially on those set pieces. You give up a few goals that you're going to be very disappointed to give up on set pieces, and especially that third goal. But you have a lot of side improvement. You have another close loss to a NESCAC opponent. But I think if they can just put the pieces together, they're going to have a much better season.
Yep, and here's Beanstalk to Duke, and it's cut out by Portagallo, who's dribbling at Duke. Tries to lay it off for Webb. Here's McGuire taking a very long shot, and that is cut out by Pats, who will just clear the ball away to Summers. And there's O'Reilly. O'Reilly dribbling now will try and find Adler, but she was kicked from behind by McGuire, so Beanstalk will take the free kick, and Tufts will look to slow things down with less than 30 seconds. And here's Pats taking the free kick. And it will just go out for a goal kick, not quite able to find Adler as the clock will run out here on this game. McMaster will probably not be able to get this goal kick off, and that'll do it. Tufts wins 3-1, the final score. A really solid performance from these Tufts Jumbos. A good fight from the Colby Mules, and Tufts will pick up their 6th win of the season as Colby will fall to 0-5 in the conference.
Absolutely. A very hard-fought match for both teams today, but especially for Colby. I feel like we definitely discounted them coming in, and so you're very happy to see them go and fight against a team. Their next match is going to be October 4th against Maine Maritime Academy. That they have an away match there. For Tufts, they are playing Trinity tomorrow at noon, right here on Bellow Field, covered by JumboCast. Going to be a very exciting match. And for our next JumboCast match, feel free to turn into men's soccer versus Colby at 3 p.m. today. And thank you for watching. We're going to have a couple minutes of break before we go to our interview. So feel free to still tune in, and see you in a few.
Hypnotic, magical. Don't wanna let you know you're so hypnotic, magical. so hypnotic, magical.
Let me show you something.
So I'm here with Lena Segru, a freshman center back who scored 2 goals today, as a post-game interview after Tufts just won 3-1 against the Colby Mules. How does it feel to get your first 2 collegiate goals?
Really good. I was really excited. I think my team was just really hyped for me, so that felt really great.
Yeah. Those both goals came on the set pieces.
Mhm.
Was that something that you guys were looking to do coming into the game, or was that sort of a spur-of-the-moment thing?
I think it's something we've been working on for a while now. My teammates have been really encouraging me to get in there on set pieces. I had a few in practice, so they've been waiting for this one.
Yeah. And I guess just what are you guys looking to do for the rest of the season? I know that this win was vital for the NESCAC playoff hopes. What's the strategy going into the rest of the year?
Just more of the same. Keep on our streak, and let's just keep winning.
All right, great. Thank you so much, and congratulations.
All righty, thanks for having me.
No problem. All right, and that will do it for our broadcast today. Thank you for watching here on Tufts JumboCast. I'm Ariel Weinstein. Cougar Hansen was next to me.
So hypnotic, magical.
Colby.